All right, we are back and ready to get started on day 2. Once again, I'm Kane, and with me here today is Yuv.
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Let's talk about some bands. We got Jax, Nar, Ari, Kha'Zix, and Lucian going away. Basically global focus, mostly target bands so far. And that does leave over the Corky, so he's going to pick that one up first.
Personally, I don't think the Jax ban is that important. Like, if they were playing Jax jungle yesterday, he's exploitable early on if you have like a aggressive early jungler such as Kha'Zix, or if you have even J4 can be an aggressive early jungler with, or even Lee Sin. Like, you prioritize one of those over that, and you should be able to just like completely direct. Ari maybe a spot ban just because they just don't want to deal with an Ari, but like they left open this guy's Syndra, who's really good, his Zed is really good, and all these other ones. So, and then Nar's OP as shit and needs to be banned every game.
Yeah, he's got the nerf coming up as well. I gotta say the Ari ban does kind of catch out as being weird to me. He just seems like you got so many different things that character you don't want to be focusing on just Ari. Just leave everything open, see what he's gonna do, and try and counteract it later. But they went with the Orianna to prepare for that lane, so hopefully they're going to be able to get comfortable in that situation. We finally might see a Braum here for the Theory bot lane.
And yeah, Braum, the reason why you have Braum with Corky, or even Braum against Braum-Nami matchup is really good for Braum. Yeah. Specifically late game, you can block the entire wave with your shield as Braum. So you jump to your front line and then just put up the shield and you block it all. As well as like it blocks bubbles. So like if the bubbles launch at you, the bubble will collide with you and just drop on top of you at your feet. But if say if your AD is also like right next on top of Braum, that's when the AD will get knocked up. But if they're far, like if there's a little bit of distance in between them, the AD doesn't get knocked up by the bubble.
Yeah, the circle ends right on Braum.
Except they didn't even pick Braum, which is the worst part. They went Morgana.
They just went Morgana instead. And Nami does allow for lane domination though, and they might need it with the Corky.
Nami does better. Actually, Nami does really good against Morgana because of how much like utility she brings. Like she's gonna out-sustain a Morgana. Yeah. She's gonna out-poke a Morgana. Like
CC even.
Out-CC. Well, not necessarily out-CC. Oh, yeah, not necessarily out-CC. It's just a matter of she just does. I feel like Nami does more in lane than
she's got
Morgana.
Slows, she's got the hold with the bubble, she's got heals. It's just much more effective. Plus the passive for the speed up is always.
And they're with a Caitlyn too, right? Like I feel Braum Corky would have been a much better like getting in their face comp, but I guess they're just worried about being poked out by a Caitlyn. And that's it, like I said, coming in. And well, Darius pickup is strange to me. Like we haven't seen Darius at all much recently, but I guess he's just going for someone who can kill Maokai. And
he's gonna have to do it with that ignite instead of TP in the lane.
Exactly, that's one of the big things, right? Like if he's not taking that, Maokai's gonna be able, like jungle, Dragon Control should be 100% in blue team's favor throughout this entire, in purple team's favor throughout this entire game, strictly because of they don't have TP.
And that's the end of it. If they don't properly utilize it, which as we saw yesterday, AB5 is absolutely a team that's capable of making those kinds of rotations very quickly. If they can do that again today, they can take advantage of those dragons. All they have to do is get Maokai to hold out in that lane and not overtly feed the Darius, and the teleports is going to be completely worth it.
And Maokai really shouldn't have much trouble against Darius. For the armor standpoint of it, it's just going to be the mixed damage that's coming from Darius that will be chunky Maokai, because Maokai has like one of the highest armor gains per level in the game right now. He's at a 4 armor per level, whereas like Darius has a passive armor pen from his pull. I forget what it's called, but other than that, like that is the only way. And Darius has the execute, of course. Executes are always good against tanky tops because you do true damage against them, right? Like you just kill them outright. But we'll see how it works. Like
let's take a look at the mid lane. Then we have Orianna actually going to be running exhaust here.
I forget what it's called. Yeah,
against Zed makes sense. Right? Yeah, you don't want to.
Pretty much if you're up against an assassin mid laner, you go exhaust. It's just it does too much mitigation to. It just stops so much damage, as well as it can help you when like say you can turn a counter gank into a potential kill because they're committed so deep inside, and then you exhaust them and then they can't get away, right? It's like if you go on a Gnar and then he boomerangs you just can't get away because he's a piece of shit. It just stops.
You're just slowed, and then he's got like some kind of Vayne W going on. There's too much damage.
Yeah, slightly salty compared to that champ right now.
He's my favorite champion to watch because there's so many different ways to play him.
He has a lot of everything's a skill shot, right? Like, so he is hard to play at a good level, but if you put him in the right hands, he's just obnoxious. He's completely obnoxious and arrogant to play against.
But once again, for AB5, we have J4 in the jungle. He's been a very common pickup for them, so obviously a very comfortable pick.
We see
odd to see with the Maokai, though. It's a lot of frontline tank.
Which is what you like. And the thing is, they don't really have any other damage. Like, yeah, they picked up Maokai, but the reason why I don't like I believe they picked up Maokai early on. I don't like Maokai in this because you're relying only on AD damage to carry you throughout this game. Maokai will do damage because he's Maokai, but if he doesn't go a quick ROA and then just goes full tank after that, he's not going to be having much damage. Yeah, they'll have J4. Yeah, they'll have Zed. And it depends on how J4 builds will be the key factor here. Is he going to go, say, Triforce? Is he going to go Brutalizer or stuff like that? Is he going to
Cleaver? Will he get a bit of damage or just go pure tank?
Like, yeah, he'll get his jungle item, which will be the damage one, but is he going to go anything after that?
Yeah, after Elder Lizard, you usually see J4s want to go tanky, but sometimes they go for that extra Brutalizer item. And in this scenario, that's going to be risky.
I think it's actually going to be needed because they're going to be lacking damage.
Well, if they don't point because they have no AP is the issue.
Exactly. I think Purple Team needs to win early on. Otherwise, Blue Team will just they don't have like the best super scaling team, but I think Blue Team will be able to beat them in team fights later on because they're going to have that Ori, right? Ori's going to be the game changer here because she's going to be able to just wreck house because she's the AP, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they have. And one thing is they have Darius. Darius is tanky as well, but he's just later on he just becomes more of a CC / control the battlefield with his body, right? He's a zone control with his own body, and that's pretty much what Darius does.
And the weird thing about it is they have a pretty decent team fight. They can use Darius with the ball to pull people towards them. They've already got people CC'd into the Shockwave, into the Morgana.
And then you have Lee Sin to pick get people away and pick people off. And you have Corki, who's a very safe AD. He just Valkyries away, right?
With decent amount of damage going out throughout the entire team fight. He's a really reliable champion. Where on the other side here, we've got long range as well as engage, and then the Zed on the side. It almost seems like the Zed does not fit within their own composition.
And that's totally true.
With decent amount of damage going out throughout the entire team.
I wonder if your game crashed.
No, it does this sometimes.
Okay, there we go.
On the other side here, we've got long range as well as engage, and then the Zed on the side. It almost seems like the Zed does not fit within their own composition.
But we have a lot of standard starts coming out. If Maokai is like worried about dying, yeah, he could have went Clock 5, but you kind of need that Doran's Ring on Maokai if you want to be able to CS properly. And I believe he's running flat AP, or he's running flat AP and AP Quins.
I think initially in this lane, Maokai is going to do fine. It's when Darius has that level 3, level 4, and he's got all of his abilities, he can really start chaining damage and getting that passive going. That's when Maokai might start having issues.
Actually, Maokai's level 1 is actually pretty trash.
It is trash, but he should be able to still farm it out before Darius can do that much damage.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on how he positions in lane and how he fights it out too. And I didn't check to see like what his range masteries were, but I'm assuming he's going to be 921.
Yeah, most Maokai's run 921.
Yeah. Then we have a little bit of action going on in bot lane.
Right on top of a ward, I'm really surprised they don't suspect that ward to be there. It's a very common ADC ward right in the initial game, but they're just going to get scared off.
It's safe, right? Like, you just do it just to make, like, if you get lucky, you get lucky, right? Like, it's better to try to invade than not do anything at all, right? And it's lane pressure.
And they know that J4 is there and Kalen's there, so they're not too worried about an invade, so they can comfortably walk back into their own jungle.
Exactly.
No one's doing anything tricky.
Minions have spawned.
One thing we do see for sure is we see red team used all their wards really early on defensively, and the blue team just did nothing. They pop their one ward up top here, and then they just decide to, okay, let's try and invade, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Darius making sure he defends the one buff in case it's a double buff invade, but with him seeing J4 in the bot side, they knew exactly where everybody was, so there's going to be no tricks, no trades in the level 1. I'm going to keep my eye on this bot lane. If Corki and Morgana can get this early game going in their favor, they might be able to negate how much more of a reliable support Nami is going to be and really push Caitlyn under her tower and make her play safe for the majority of the lane for this.
Caitlyn should do like that matchup I think should go pretty evenly. The main reason why is like Corki has the good damage, and Corki has like good damage in duels and that, but it's like he kind of needs that Triforce to be able to do good, and Caitlyn is Caitlyn, right? She's like the ultimate lane bully for like zone control. It's just a matter of like how does the support play and how do they like control everything that they're trying to do.
Exactly. If all the bubbles are being finding nothing but black shields, it's not going to be as effective no matter how good Caitlyn is at using that passive poke. So could go either way still. Corki right now has a slight advantage, but nothing too dramatic so far. In the top lane, already Maokai getting pushed back, and that's going to start to feel. And wouldn't be surprised if you see the junglers go top lane very soon. They also both start bottom side buffs, so that 3.5 minute gank on top lane is very common at this point.
Oh, it is for sure. But we also probably won't see it. It's early
Sin's invading here,
which is really good on Lee Sin's part.
Yeah,
missed this Q, but that was good. Right idea to go in it because like J4 is really not healthy, which is strange. Like he should be a lot healthier than that, but he must have misplayed his jungling a bit.
Early journal does not take much from something. You have less health than you should, and these kind of invades become possible. Lee Sin's going in again on J4, just right in the backside here, taking away those wraiths. Over in the bottom lane, again, the CS lead going towards Corki, so Caitlyn a bit more passive. She's got to really use that poke damage and the sustain of Nami to force Corki back before he just pushes under the tower permanently. This was a bit of a worry for the initial lane phase.
See right now that Cloth 5 is looking pretty good for Maokai too right now. What I said, it's just like if you're against a super all-in champ like that, and you know that they're probably going to take
on to Lee Sin from the Flag and Drag. He's going to flash the wall though, so he'll get away safely.
If you are against like an all-in champ like Darius like that, who's zoning you super hard, you kind of need to go like that armor to deal with it, right? Especially if he's taking Ignite, right? Like you will out-sustain him, right? Because he's just playing greedy, right?
Yeah, like a second Maokai goes up to get some CS.
It's actually a dead Maokai here.
Yeah, there's the pull. And he flashed away. He'll probably get away with this. Oh no, the flash and the Q's going to finish that one off. First blood for Darius.
Which is not what you want.
It's not what you want, but it's not surprising in that scenario. He went very offensive for his initial items, as you said, and he followed that up with just really walking towards the minions. He blatantly said, I'm not going to lose this CS match, so he just got killed for it.
Exactly.
And here's the worst part too. Now he's using his TP defensively. There's now an opening for the blue team to actually go get this dragon. As long as that TP is down here in the bot lane already, Dynamic Theory instantly goes in with Lee Sin off of that binding. Here in the mid lane, Zed's underneath the tower trying to do some damage on Orion, but the exhaust is worth. She flashes after trying to finish that one off. She has no ignite, and there's only one auto attack, so Zed will get the kill there. Another binding on the Caitlyn on the bot side will prompt Corki to go in underneath the tower, and it is going to be enough. The flash away will save his life. Great play by the Dynamic Theory bot lane.
If you're looking at that like Ori versus Zed matchup there, like Ori she didn't really need to flash there, and like if she just would have backed away, she would have been fine. Because the reason she died is minions were still attacking her that entire time underneath her, right? But she had aggro on Zed's minions because of the attacking, right?
Maokai already immediately turns to lane. He wants to get right onto Darius, drive him out so he can regain some CS. But now he's underneath the turret getting pulled towards. He will get the kill, but he will die for it. A 1-for-1 trade isn't exactly the best thing for Maokai. He does have a CS lead though.
And the reason why Darius even died there is like Darius was fighting like 8 caster minions. like that's 250 damage over the course of the fight, right? Especially when your Q doesn't kill them instantly.
Yeah, he's too low of a level to really just clear those out while he's fighting Maokai. He has to focus him for a second. He can't afford to do that because Maokai had the upper hand, having just backed.
Yeah, and now that Maokai has his catalyst, he's going to be a lot easier to sustain in lane.
Yeah.
Like you purposely trade your health for like their mana pool now that you have catalyst.
Heal it right back off and then keep trying to get the CS going.
You trade health for mana, right? You attack their mana pool. You don't attack them to like try to kill them. You just attack their mana pool.
At this point, he's going to have TP up in just a short period of time, so the sweet spot for the blue team is closing. I do think there's going to be no dragon taken by blue side in this time period, so red team should regain control over the dragon.
The problem is bot lane is losing right now. The Caitlyn Nami is like Corki's 2-0, which is really hard to deal with. Yeah, and the fact that Corki won Phage first is it's questionable for me because I feel like he could. I think if he went Sheen first, he really dominates this lane super hard. But I guess he was just going more of a sustain and like I'm going to zone you out instead and win that way. Good trade going in here for Kate and Nami onto the Morgana.
And those are the kind of trades that they can.
That's what they should. That's what they should.
But they haven't done it until just now. It's really the first time they've used that aggression. And these are two bot lanes which are very used to each other. They play a lot of games together, so the synergy on both sides of this map is there, and it's surprising to see them on one side just not use any aggression, despite having such a lane bully like Caitlyn.
Exactly. And the one thing that I'm seeing right now that I don't really like is that Orianna's losing the CS to Zed. Like, right? Like, Ori should be out CSing Zed. Like, Zed shouldn't be able to get on top of the minions, but, like, I don't know if he just didn't take the raid runes of that, but, like, he's just getting bullied by Zed, and which really shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, he should have the security of having exhaust in his...
Well, he should have the security of exhaust, but, like, he's playing Orianna. Orianna does fairly well against Zed. He just needs to, like, zone properly.
Oh, that was a complete denial in top lane. Darius using that execution right at the last second. Great job there.
Lee Sin in the bot lane here.
He's going to kick the wrong direction. Nami gets away with just an inch of distance.
Yeah, I think he wanted to ward jump, but he missed it. Otherwise, that was a dead Nami.
He was half a team over getting kicked in the right direction.
And we did see J4 bot here just to help keep his team safe, because he kind of felt like something was going on bot lane.
Yeah, he could have re-engaged that one if Nami was kicked towards the rest of the team, gone over top of that wall, seen whether or not could have gotten some pressure down. But right now, J4 not doing too much. Hasn't really come out of the jungle. I'd like to see him maybe in the top lane. Could go to help Zed dominate Orianna, but Zed right now, great dodge in that shockwave. No dissonance is up, so he's going to walk away after the ball hits him in the back of the head.
Which is what, like, that's what should be happening. Ori shouldn't be losing those trades, like, at all much. It's the fact that she lost early on in that one fight. I think she, like, lost a bit of her confidence in, like, how to deal with it. And also, Orianna does, like, I'm shocked Orianna's down in CS right now. Like, she shouldn't be.
So easy just to use even spell farm.
Like, you just, like, she's so strong.
The passive for the auto attacks really helps with farming as well. It's surprising to see her this far down at this point in the game. Looks like she just got the blue buff, so maybe that'll help get her to reassert herself in the lane, make sure she keeps using that QW combo, push that away, and it could turn around pretty quickly. But at that point, you would see J4 come to counteract that kind of pressure in there.
Exactly.
It's surprising to see her this far down.
That's kind of the one saving grace right now for Red is that Zed's ahead. And a Zed ahead is dangerous, annoying to deal with.
And we were saying earlier, when they banned out the Ahri, he had so many other champs.
Yeah, Syndra. It's like Zed is his most played and his best champ, and then he has Syndra. And like if you just take away those two, like he plays an assassin style game, right? Like that's what he plays.
Yeah.
And if you get him off those picks, then yeah, you're generally going to do pretty all right.
Yeah, in mid lane we're seeing that with that. Over here, the bot side though, we do have the bubble just barely missing, so it will be a complete disengage on both sides.
And we have
Caitlyn staying too far.
J4 Maokai going on top of Darius here, and should be. Oh my God!
I cannot believe Wing Sen is just going to get away with that one. A 1-for-1 trade is worth Maokai going to finally get the root.
Oh, he got so. Well, what needed to happen is J4, when he realized that he's in execute range, just need to back away. Just let Maokai finish the kill, right?
Well, Maokai thought it was a done deal as well, and blue team right now actually going to pick up the dragon because they could see both the jungle and the top lane, so it's all of their global pressure just completely gone off the map. Easy dragon. Decent trade, really, for the blue team, considering the fact we assumed that they would have no control over that dragon in the early game.
Exactly.
Well, Maokai thought it was a done deal as well. Blue team right now.
But if you get ahead in your lanes like they did, and then it's of course you take control of the dragons.
Yeah, of course.
And then Darius actually chose to pick up a Ghostblade early on, which is it's catch, right? Like he has his tier 2 boots already. He's got the tenacity from his boots, and then also Ghostblade is like he just moved, like he can get on people now, right? That's his engage that he's using right now. He went for an early Ghostblade, so he has more mobility to get on top of people and stick with people.
The ult from Zed in the mid lane. J4 just going to miss the flag.
Good Orianna.
Great Orianna shockwave, but Zed's going to keep falling underneath the turret. He's going to get away right as his ult is not going to finish that one off. Lisa in there to get the kick underneath the tower. J4 is done. Great play by the blue side. Now here goes the very fast Darius pulling Maokai towards him. He's going to get half of his health bar.
And now he can dive. He's just got to wait till his passive wears off so he can actually dive. And that's like, this Lee Sin's been all over J4 this entire time. Like, he's just been manhandling him in the jungle from early on to like, he's just been reading J4 by book.
Yeah, it's really impressive because J4 did not really do much for such a long period of time.
He couldn't, right? Like that fight that, like, he lost his Wraith camp at level 3. Like,
that's how bad it was.
It's like he just lost his Wraith camp, and like, I think what happened there is
amazing damage from Corki. One more rocket would do it. He's actually going to flash for it. Might not have needed to, but that would be enough. Gets the flash out of Caitlyn for it from the Dark Binding.
He did get an auto attack off there when he did that as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Worth the flash. He's got the W to get away here in the top lane. Though we have Darius looking to get a 1v1 fight. Maokai ultimate is helping, but not enough, and it will be another kill for Darius. This is the lane domination you got to see from an Ignite top laner.
Exactly. And he ignited really early on too. Like, it's really good.
Great dive by J4. Flag and Drag will knock up 2 underneath the turret. There goes Morgana. One more auto attack would do it, but actually Caitlyn gets slowed out here. Cannot use her ult on Morgana. J4 is going to go down as he's trying to re-engage with his ultimate. Cataclysm not even going to go up. And Corki manages to cut that one out. 1 for 2 irons the tower after a perfect 2-man knock-up flag and Dragon. Now here comes Lee Sin. He's only going to find a Nami, though. The bubble's not going to land as Nami continues to auto attack. Actually, the ward there. And I cannot believe I just watched that happen. That was not even going to go up.
Like,
they both got away. Like, could not use her ult on the Morgana.
Like, just kill the Morgana. Like, that's free. She's behind the turret, just leave the Corki. You get a free kill. But like, the fact that J4 re-engaged with 10 health onto a Corki would just auto attack him mid Cataclysm and kill them. Like decisions, man. And then he just like, Lee Sin just bought double Moby boots.
By Zed, but he's just going to get hit up by the exhaust, have to back away. Orianna has finally got herself back in this lane. CS gap is still very existent, so surprising in that kind of a matchup.
Well, and that's what we said is like, Ori shouldn't be losing this lane. The fact that she is strange. Like, it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit behind in her core items because she decided to go Caesar's Armguard first. Because she did die once, right? Which is kind of what you need to do. You either go Seekers, and then you go from there, and you figure it out. And I feel like she should be picking up Morella Nomicon really quickly here. Some people also choose to pick up Fear, and then go for Seraph's Embrace, and the reason that is it's another shield, right? It just takes a little bit longer to ramp up than, say, Morella does. Good shoot.
But how far can he get? He's away from his tower. Here comes J4 as well as Darius. So both teams going to have some reinforcements. Bot lane, he's pushing into the actual inner turret now. The domination continues.
And
just juggling around. They do finally find J4, but Darius probably...
He's got red buff too. Yeah, he's done.
So quick.
Yeah, poor J4.
The 6-2 Darius, that's just going to be devastating for the entire matchup. Corki now looking to engage on Nami. He's a good bit of damage. That was not going to finish the exhaust on him, so he will... Oh, that rocket was so close. But now Vincent Bot getting binded up. The Nami was going to save him. If that rocket didn't hit... No, the Ebb and Flow saved that one as well. The 6-2 the bot lane of AB5.
And it's that Triforce, right? Triforce is done. Like, Corki's huge right now. Corki's so scary right now. The fact that, like, Caitlyn doesn't have anything. She's got a pickaxe and a Vamp Scepter versus a Corki Triforce. Like, that is super scary.
Zed, though, actually gets binding right at the last seconds of his W, so he'll have to back away. And if this is the ace in the hole for your team getting so easily disengaged on, you've got to start be worrying if you're on AB5.
It's like anything. You run directly at a skill shot champ, the champ probably going to hit your skill shot because, like, you're not coming in from the flank, right? It's what happened to us. That's why we lost the game.
You knocked out in the round before that, right?
Yep.
Sad face.
It's the truth.
What is Love going to dodge out that bubbly? Does not want to get any more aggressive. Just going to get a free pink ward. Money in the bank.
That's what happened to us. That's why we lost the game. As of right now, like, the red team is on last strings, I think. Like, as much as, like, we like to think for throws and hopes and comebacks and stuff, but, like, the people who needed to get fed are fed right now, and it's going to be very, very hard for them to come back because Maokai doesn't have much of anything for armor. So he's dead again here.
Yeah, there's no escaping this. You've got no turret for Miles.
Like, yeah,
he's flash though.
He's got a flash, but he's
followed up for Darius. The pull's gonna come up in a couple of seconds. Zed is there to back him up.
He should just kill, right? Yeah.
He's gonna get kill on Malkai. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade.
Which is good. Like you're giving Zed the gold, which is what you need, and Zed needs to get big. But like, I still don't think Zed can even take Darius 1v1 right now, which is what will have to happen. And it's the fact that Darius doesn't have a teleport. Like he's just like, and we haven't seen Malkai use teleport at all.
More work though. He isn't behind Orion and Morgana. At least he's there to back them up as well as Corki. So he's in a bad position to flash the blue wall, and he'll get away safely for now. Caitlyn a little bit too far forward. Might want to back away. The flash into the Q from Lee Sin is beautiful. The kick away is a little bit early though. Zed could get away with this one as he does use a little bit of juking power along with the ebb and flow. He's going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Lee Sin will finish off that kill. J4 there with the flag and drag. That is going to be enough with the Caitlyn and J4L to lock that one away. Morgana is going to walk it out.
Hey, J4 got a kill. It's feeling good now. But traded a turret for that, all that chase. Red team decided to go help their Zed instead of guard the turret. Like they just lost inner turret too, which just brought them up to 7,000 gold disadvantage.
Caitlyn's playing like she's not really in the match right now. 0-1-1.
It's because she's not.
It's just, exactly. She's just not in the game. No matter what she does in any of these scenarios, she can't get in against the Corki. She realizes focus on easy to kill targets and hope their team can pick up the rest.
Well, every time they went back into lane like full health, Nami and Kate, Corki just chunks Nami and then they have to leave. Like, it's just what's been happening, right? Like, that lane dominance that you should have had with Nami and Caitlyn just wasn't there. Like, yes, Corki's strong early on, but like, you have to beat him before he gets his Triforce, right?
Yeah.
It's when he gets his Triforce, his Phosphorus Bomb does so much damage.
He even left a little bit of an extra opening, taking the Fade instead of Sasheen, and they couldn't take advantage of it. You've got to be really aggressive, be very confident on those bubbles, and just keep things going. And now a second Dragon on a team with no teleport will be going over to the blue side. They're so dominant in this game, they just get to control the map.
And you know that one thing that I said about how all their damage is mostly AD focused right now?
Yeah.
Look at what Morgana's building. She's building a Frozen Heart. First item. Like, that is so detrimental to what Red Team is. Like, they're getting stomped out right now, and they don't have much left at this point. Not with the team comp that they have. Like, the fact that you don't, like, you're double AD. Like, that's all you are right now, because Maokai doesn't do much right now. Because it's not Maokai's job to be a Rise top or a Rumble top, right? Then carry with damage. It's just Maokai's.
And we were talking about how J4 might need to get that Brutalizer item, and he's just gonna go from the Elder Wizard.
It's because he's been dominated in the jungle too, right? Like he was 0-4 to start. He's just everything he's tried to do has been countered, and like this has been happening to him all game, right? Like he's just getting chunked.
Yeah, he's getting binded up. He will manage to get the 3-man Cataclysm. One's already out of it. Nami with victory as well. Soul Shackles is fine. Just Nami as Morgana's gonna go down to the re-engage, and Nami picking that one up back.
And here's the one thing that we finally saw. We finally saw Maokai TP, and it helped him get a kill, but it's not the kill that they needed.
Absolutely not. Corki is quite low though. He could go down if they were to try and re-engage, but they will just back off. The 1-for-0 trade, sorry, 1-for-1 trade.
And Darius gets the turret out of that, which is the one thing. Because nobody can deal with Darius. Like, he just split push all day.
7-3, 2 very offensive items. He's fast. He's got all 3
wards, so like he's gonna, like, this jungle's like his now.
And it was surprising. AB5 invested a decent amount in wards. For even despite the fact they were behind, they want to control their jungle.
Like just gone. You need to buy wards, right? You buy wards, so you buy those early wards, and like you just control everything. Like that's what has to happen, right? Like you want those deep wards in jungles now, because if you have the deep wards in jungles, like you just take away so much from the other team. Like it's the whole star about thing. Like the game is very much it's kind of like attrition, but like you just purposely attrition and starve, like core of attrition, you starve the other team from everything, and then eventually it's just too much of a gold disadvantage to come back from the other team. Like when you're up 2 or 3 items because you're up 10k, like it's too. You can't really do much. You have to have wave clear, and which is another thing that you look at. Kate doesn't have static shiv yet. What's their wave clear other than like Zed? They have no wave clear. So like when
saplings help.
Yeah. When blue team pushes, like they got nothing going for him, right? Like I feel like Syndra would have been a better choice here than Zed, but he wanted to go on his comfort pick, right?
Yeah, there really is just like an unstoppable amount of damage coming out, and with no AP, they just got no diversified damage. Zed's doing all right, but who's he really going to kill at this point? Can he get rid of Morgana even, if without being delayed a very long period of time? He can't really focus Orion. She does have that Zonia's. Does he go on Corki? Probably not. He's just going to use his W, and he'll be a mile away. And if he uses his ult on, he's going to be in the wrong position and facing a Darius, who he certainly can't 1v1. There's just no real play for 85 at this point.
Exactly.
Not even going for the Baron. I'd expect them to try and close this game out real shortly. They just want one inhibitor turret and should be opening the gates at the end of the game.
And they still have Maokai dealing with Darius, and which he can probably do now since he has Frozen Heart, but he's still not going to be able to kill Darius, which is like, oh, that Ori chunk instantly. Half health in both Caitlyn and Zed. That means this turret should fall in this next mini wave coming in, because they have nothing to stop it, right?
Yeah, they can't wave through this one out. Maokai, though, we can hold against Darius. Darius can just stand next to the turret as long as he's got some minions there still alive. And just take whatever damage Maokai tries to deal out to him. The poke is real, though. They're not really focusing the turret.
Which is what I think they need to do. Oh, that binder.
Great bind on Darius. He's going to take a couple tower shots, get quite low, but he will be able to probably just use what lifesteal he has and continue pushing out this side of the map.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be very scared. He's just trying to keep Maokai there.
Yeah.
And he's stepped on trap. And it looks like blue team decided to like stop sieging, which is if they focus the turret down instead of trying to poke so much. Like Corki just needs to kill the turret, right? Like use a rocket, auto the turret. Use a rocket, auto the turret. Use a rocket, auto the turret. Like use that Sheen. Use your Sheen properly to like take down the turret. Like I think at this point, like they're feeling confident. Maybe they want a little bit more kills, but with like when you want to win the game, you just win the game, right?
Absolutely. They're just kind
of, and they know they're so far ahead, right?
Playing it slow like this, it's not really necessary. They can't afford to do it though. They've got 12k gold lead. It's a dominating showing. They just gotta be decisive and finish off, get this turret down, then go for the fight, get the inhibitor.
Well, yeah, especially like the fact that like even like the reason why I think that they needed to get the turret down is because Zed was at half health already, Caitlyn was at half health already because of rockets, because of binds, because of Orianna, right? Like you half health their team. If they engage on you while they're at half health, like they just lose harder. Like you have to fight full health, and you got it, especially when you're down this much, and like they're so far down the XP as well. Like their jungler's level 11, so they're like it's just every single lane is down in XP astronomically.
Like Darius nearing level 16 is going up against level 13 Maokai.
Or level 10 Nami, right? Like, especially when you're down. There's not much that they can do right now, and they're sending Zed down to go split push, which is what they have to do, but the Baron will be theirs, because that's their only damage right now. Caitlyn just finished her IE, but like, Corki has IE Triforce. Like,
at this point, if I was J4, I'd try for the Miracle Steal.
Yeah,
nothing to lose.
That is all J4 can do. It's pretty much except points.
Oh, here goes Darius in a 3v1.
And
almost gets a kill, and there's Nami flashing away. Darius does not go down. Lee Sin is going to double kill, one for Morgana. Caitlyn's all alone. They've got the Baron buff. Morgana wants a double kill. Another one. J4 going to go down as well. Everybody's dead.
That was a sick play. That was a man play. I respect that. That was well done. That was just like saying, I'm so far ahead, I don't give a.
Dunk Master Darius gives no crap.
Yeah, I don't give a. I'm going in. And this should be inhibitor.
Absolutely. If not two, almost.
Zed going in here.
He might find Lee Sin if he gets a little more damage, and he does do so, but what else is going to fall out?
Ori is taking the turret here. Just had the Zhonya's. Well, she had the Zhonya's, otherwise she's stepping on trap, right? So Zhonya's to drop turret aggro, which is the right thing. They just get a turret. They just grouped as a team, they get an inhibitor, but what can you do?
Oh man, Corki wants that
that extra farm, right?
He's behind right now.
Yeah. And then other than that, blue team's just they got everything going for them, right? Like I don't see red coming back just because their team is too they're too starved right now. Like there's too much armor on their other team. Like they can't kill anyone, right? Like the only time they can kill people is if they full on all in, right? And red team, blue team needs to still go and buy, right? Like we're sitting on 1900 gold, Corky's sitting on 2000 gold, like, and then the rest of Ori, Lee Sin, and Darius just bought. So like, there's so much gold to go through right now.
It's going to make a huge difference once they actually take advantage of their huge gold lead, and they're going to make one more push. All they have to do is group. Darius is basically an unstoppable force, but does he really even need the split push? Just walk in onto the open gate of mid lane, take that away. If they try and team fight, you kill them and get the Nexus. If they don't try and team fight, you go take another inhibitor until you got so many minions that the Nexus just falls anyway.
Here's a little funny fact. Darius is at 12k gold. Maokai's only at 7700. Like
that's ridiculous.
So much gold.
It's a 5k gold lead in the top lane.
Yeah, and then it's the exact same thing for Corky and Caitlyn. Like the carries are carrying right now. And Orianna, well, it's just being Orianna. She's just utility mid laner that's really good and never ever falls off. And she decides to go Zhonya's first, so she's a little bit slower on her damage. Like, I don't really agree with the Morello into like Zhonya's. Like, maybe go Zhonya's death cap.
Yeah, get some actual AP out so you can start dealing some flat damage. And J4 going to go in, trying to lock up Orianna. This would be a decent kill, which is going to flash away. The Darkmind's going to lock up J4.
And she missed the dissonance.
Dissonance, this is the second time I've seen a very awkwardly dissonance miss.
She's just a little bit too short. And we have Zed split pushing here, which is like their hope right now.
Yeah, they send Darius to the side. This would be about the time you want to fight. If you see Darius, he's in the top lane, doesn't have TP. Go for the 4v5. Get some action.
Yeah, like that's pretty much their only thing that they can do right now is try to 45 and hopefully kill Corky. Like hopefully kill Corky.
Speaking of trying to kill Corky, Zed really wants it. He's not going to get the opportunity, though. Morgana's there to try and cut them off, and she will find Nami very quickly. The binding goes down. Nami can easily juke that one, but Calvin Bot's going to die instantaneously. One down on the purple side, red side rather. It's not going to be very good as Corky's going right towards that inhibitor. Caitlyn has to card it away.
And we see Zed fighting Darius here.
1v1, but he does actually have J4 on the backside. He's going to juke away with the shadows, but he cannot finish the kill. He can't go back, and he's almost dead. He's still got some burning going on. Darius.
On the other bot side of action, we have the rest and 4 members of blue team here just taking over.
There's not much left of this red side turret. It is just gone. One more inhibitor, you can just call that the GG, absolutely. That should be the end of the game. When you got that many minions, even if they backed off, went and got Baron and a Lox area, it'd still probably win the game.
Like Caitlyn.
Like Caitlyn. What Caitlyn? I didn't see it. Where was she standing? Yeah, it's not, I can't even call this fight. Basically, here's the overview of the fight. TDLR, blue team went in and killed everybody.
Yeah, blue team wins the game. That's going to be GG, so we'll have tower diving moving on to the next round. I believe, unless it's a best of 3. I don't know. I don't think it's a best of 3
no,
yet.
It should be just one.
No, yeah, this is before the losers final, so that's them moving on.
I mean, congratulations to AB5 for making it this far. I did not expect them to. They beat Basic Beaches as well as man-eating cabbage vendors. It was a very ridiculous run to get this far. But at the end of the day, they are going to go down to Tower Dive Gaming. And we'll move on to the next round. Give us one moment. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back with your next game. This far, I did not expect them to. They beat Basic Beaches as well as man-eating cabbage vendors. It was a very ridiculous run to get this far. But at the end of the day, they are going to go down to Tower Dive Gaming. And we'll move on to the next round. Give us one moment. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back with your next game. This far, I did not expect them to. They beat Basic Beaches as well as man-eating cabbage vendors. It was a very ridiculous run to get this far. But at the end of the day, they are going to go down to Tower Dive Gaming. And we'll move on to the next round. With one moment, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back with your next game. As well as man-eating cabbage vendors, it was a very ridiculous run to get this far. But at the end of the day, they are going to go down to Tower Dive Gaming. And we'll move on to the next round. With one moment, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back with your next game.
But there are no vampires, there never were vampires, and I hope there are never going to be vampires.